I'm in Margate, the southeast coast of England. I have a question for you. When was the last time you paused? That you stood still? And I'm not talking about just not doing things. I'm talking about rest for your soul. We are in lockdown. Maybe you're coming slowly back to work, and maybe you took some rest during this time to evaluate yourself. Maybe you changed a few things already. We are stopped from doing the things that we want to do. And maybe you're constantly asking when this is gonna stop, when this is gonna go back to normal. And the Psalms are the songbook of the temple. And there is this word called Selah. And the exact meaning of this word is disputed. But it's very likely that this means a pause, silence, a transition. And I believe we all need this in our lives, don't we? But why am I talking about Selah? So now we have a lot of time to reflect, to think about things. Because I believe that God is everywhere. That we cannot escape God's presence. There is a psalm that says this: where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you're gonna be there. If I make my bed on the depths, you will also gonna be there. But the problem is that we are not aware of that most of the time. When Moses was talking to God, he asked, how can I go and speak to the people? What is the difference between them and me? And God said, my presence will go with you and I'll give you rest. So you see, the presence of God is related to rest. I just want to invite you to actually change your focus. Rather than focusing on when things will go back to normal, but if you focus on God and in His presence and understand that He loves you and He is around you and He wants to give you rest, but not rest only for your bodies, but rest for your soul. That urge that our souls, that our lives have, He wants to still it, to show that He's in control of your life. That doesn't mean that problems will vanish. Be still and know that I'm God. I don't know if you are a spiritual person or not, but if you are looking for something, for meaning, you can pray. And pray simply means to talk to God. Whatever you want to say, maybe you just want to complain about this time now that's been difficult for you. And it's been for me as well. Turn your thought and your mindset to Him. And I believe that He will bring rest to your soul. So take care. God bless you.